So in terms of the kinetic control courses, once people have the background information, so yeah, we could do that face to face, but with translation that takes a lot more time. And so for being time efficient, if people can do the theory and the online stuff, okay, then when we get into the actual courses, the courses to do, the way to start is, if we think about within the kinetic control frame, sort of coordination, sight and direction coordination courses. So that's the ones that we're going to be doing in April this year. Okay. So the coordination modules for the lumbar, spine and hip, and also for the neck and the shoulder, that's the place to start, because that gives us the diagnosis. Okay, because what we try to do is, one of the things that the kinetic control framework does, and as we build through it, we actually look at trying to make 3 diagnoses. A diagnosis of the movement control and coordination problems, what the book calls uncontrolled movement, but we now call movement coordination and control impairments. But doing that first gives us a diagnosis of the movement control problem, which then that diagnosis gives us the framework to look at everything else. So those modules give us that framework for the neck, the shoulder, the lumbar, spine, hip. And that's the best way to do it. And that's also early symptom management. So making that diagnosis of the sight and the direction of the control and coordination problems gives us a strategy to retrain control of that, because it's the movement, it's the places where we don't control movement and we don't have the coordination to control movement. That's where the tissue stress is. So symptoms link to the sight and the direction of provocation. That's the diagnosis we make with the sight and direction, the coordination and control courses. Then think of this whole process of the CSI job again. Okay, we want to make a diagnosis of what the problem is, what's causing this tissue to hurt, and get control of that first. So the coordination and control is about symptom management, early symptom management. But then managing recurrence, managing chronicity is all about the next 2 modules. So the next modules are the synergies, the synergy modules. So the global stabilizer, global mobilizer synergies, how pain changes them, and how when the pain goes away, they don't recover that physiology. And then also how the local stabilizers control intersegmental displacement. So the global stabilizer, mobilizer muscles with range, controlling range of motion and making it muscle specific. So muscle stabilizer versus mobilizer synergists of range. Then also the local stabilizer synergists, which control intersegmental translation. So they're the next modules.